Yo, what is going on, growmies? Hope y'all are doing well, growing well. Now, growmies, welcome back to the most frosty plants ever, episode 3. If you guys remember, in the last episode, we got a cold start to the frostiest plants ever. But now that these plants are settled in, they're vegging like crazy. And eventually, these plants basically took over the whole damn tent. So now it's time to cut these plants back and give the smaller ones in the shade a fighting chance. Defoliating these plants, I went ultra hardcore and removed all of the major fan leaves, leaving only the stronger branch sides. By removing a good amount of foliage, this should definitely give some airspace for the other plants to grow and for the small seedlings to get more light. After defoliating and coming back a few days later, we can see that the plants have recovered extremely fast. Now at this point, I have to ask myself, what is the goal of this grow? What are we doing? Well, the goal is to pheno hunt the whole tent and find the best icy cherry, frozen truffle, and purest indica. The reason I want top tier clones is I want to start building an arsenal that I believe is worth growing and potentially worth crossing or selfing. Looking at icy cherry pheno 1, I gotta say, out of all the reverse genetics, this plant smells fucking incredible and might be my favorite early on. Now I'm not gonna lie, the name says icy cherry and it literally smells like that freezer ice mixed with the sweet red cherry. Almost reminiscent of like a Slurpee icy. I am definitely looking forward to seeing how this plant progresses when it flips into flower. Also, most of the time people veg their photos for way too long. At this point, honestly, I think it's the best time to flip. So that means we're taking clones just in case any of the plants are true keepers. Now, out of all the other icy cherries, the only other pheno that's really catching my senses is pheno 3. This pheno is pretty much the same as the first one, except instead of having that like icy minty flavor, it's more of just the cherry. So this might be a trop cherry leaning pheno. The rest of the icy cherries mainly smell like a light minty pine, which aren't really catching my senses. So it looks like we have 2 potential good ones off the bat. Moving on to my other favorite first from frozen truffle, it's pheno A. Now, frozen truffle pheno A is the strongest smelling plant in veg compared to everything else, at least in this tent. Frozen truffle initially smells like that mushroom dirt mixed with a weird mint and pine. And then at the very end, it's like Flintstone candies. Whenever you smell a plant and it develops for at least a few seconds after you smell it, that's how you know there's a great amount of complexity going on in this plant. Again, it's super early to make any real calls on these plants since we haven't seen them in flower, but this is just what I'm smelling right now. As far as the rest of the frozen truffles, they all smell pretty damn potent for the most part, mainly having a mushroom and pine minty scent with none of that Flintstone smell. So pheno A is definitely looking like it's like all the phenos and then it has another cherry on top, literally. Moving on to a different genetic. This one is called purest indica, and it's known for what I would call being a burger mushroom in a pine forest. Honestly, being completely honest, frozen truffle almost kind of smells like purest indica, and purest indica is an heirloom landraised preserved strain, so it's kind of cool to see the similarity. And that also makes me think that frozen truffle might have a similar lineage, or somehow it has that same expression. But anyways, now that we've taken clones of every single plant, it's time to flip them to flower. But before we flip to flower, in my auto 2x2 tent, I need at least 5 more days for these plants to finish. And then I'm moving the purple mindsets in there to grow them in the 2x2. So we are flipping soon. Anyways, I figure in that short time, the plant should veg pretty properly. So let's see what happens. Anyways, before this video is over, we have an ultra secret surprise. So let's see what it is.
My veg tent. I got a little surprise for you, growmies. Okay, last but not least, here's what we got going on in 3x3. Everything was harvested, as you can see. It's just pretty empty right now. But, you know, this 3x3 is going to blow up within, I would give it another 4 weeks from today. It's going to be a big difference, I promise you. Anyway, I'm proud to announce another grow along grower's mindset there. And this is very special, and I'm really honored that he asked me if I was willing to do it. Another grow along with him, other than the purple mindset. That will be going out in the spring, and we're going to be growing that outdoors. So in the meantime, we got this going on, the world's most frostiest strain, something like that. And I'm really excited. In the back, we got the icy cherry. She popped. A little weird, but she popped, and I'm really happy. So she's going to make it from here. And this is the frozen truffle right there. And you guys want to follow the bro along, go check out his channel, because this is going to be another series growing on. And that's how we roll. Over here to the left, this is my Nirvana seed sponsor grow. And this one right here is my Nirvana Skittles. And that was an old seed. It's been sitting around for 3 years, and I didn't even think it was going to pop. There she is. She came out, little tough girl, and she made it. One of my favorite strains from Nirvana, and my other favorite strain was right here up front. We got the grease monkey, and that you can't go wrong. That is my monkey pie's genetic right there. From Nirvana Grease Monkey. That son of a gun grew huge, huge. Had the biggest bud I've ever seen. And we nicknamed it Beast Monkey. And that's the pheno we bred it with. So anyway, that's it. That's it for the 3x3 here. I'm very excited to, get this grow going. The seedlings are all popped. They're all, doing their thing. Actually, only one seedling roots came through, and that was the Skittles, and that was the last one to pop. And she's also the smallest, but you know what? What you don't see growing on top is going on underneath. Trust me. And that's with all these young ladies here. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for my next update, and I'm out of here. Stay frosty.
Hell yeah, GROWMIES! We got another grow with HGZ, and he's gonna help me pheno hunt the icy cherry and frozen truffle. But he's doing it on hydro, so let's see how they grow in hydro. Anyways, the last series we had with HGZ, the soil versus hydro, was absolutely amazing and super fun. So we definitely have to do another series together, which is this one. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and comment. If you haven't seen my other grow/smoke reports, check them out. Keep it up out there, GROWMIES, and stay motivated in this beautiful medicinal hobby. #GrowMiegang.